Today, I am going to tell you about probably the best, or I was going to say one of the best, but probably the best decision I've ever made in my entire life outside of marrying my husband. And that decision was to leave my career in law and start my own PR firm. And I made that decision 15 years ago. It was the best decision that I've ever made. And I want to talk to you today about that decision so that you can see what went into that decision, what transformation it had in my life, and how you can consider that opportunity for yourself as well. So welcome. Hang out with me today for about 15 minutes. Let's talk, okay? My name is Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR and the creator of the Agency Accelerator and the Pitch Lab, programs that are designed to teach you how to become a pitching powerhouse and then how to launch, grow, and scale your own profitable PR agency. But maybe you haven't even considered this potential career path. I just want to share how I arrived at making that decision and why I stand behind the statement that that was literally the best decision of my life. I left my career in law and I've never looked back. 15 years later, I still absolutely love my business, and it's my passion to teach other people how to have a business similar to mine so they can, I'll tell you about all the benefits, but work from home, work with clients you love and believe in, be a present and checked in parent if you have kids. So many benefits to a business that's set up in this way. So a lot of people are looking to either choose a career path or make a pivot like I did. Choose a different career, switch, do your own thing. And PR is such an excellent field to consider shifting into. And here's why. These are some of the considerations that I had when I made that decision in 2005. A lot of people don't really realize this, but you can actually work from home. I think more recently than ever, we're seeing that major companies are having their workforce work from home, but I've been running my agency from my house for the last 15 years, working with billion-dollar brands who literally could not care. They want results. They don't care where you're sitting. They're happy to not have to pay premium retainers for expensive real estate in a major city. That is not necessary. I have an incredible team and they're all over the place and we collaborate. We're highly effective, very efficient. It does not matter. So you can have a laptop business and work from wherever. I've worked on trips where I chose that I wanted to work. I wanted to check into things. I've also gone on trips where I did not touch a computer for 2 or 3 weeks. I spent 2 weeks on the Baltic Sea for my 10-year anniversary a couple years back. Never went near a computer. My business ran effortlessly. In our profitable PR Post community, I recently saw a member ask a question about taking time off for the holidays and having this fear around collecting a retainer and not feeling confident to step away from the business or tell her clients that she was going to be taking the holidays off. And we talk all about how to set up your business the right way so that you can have that kind of flexibility. And it's just a no-brainer. It doesn't matter. Your clients, when you set your business up the right way and you're pricing your services the right way and you're bringing on the right types of clients and providing the certain types of results, your clients don't care. I mean, they're on vacation anyway. Editors are checked out. It does not matter, right? So that's what we teach you how to do, is create this type of business so you can, take a break if you need to, bring in a team to support you. We have members that have babies and they are able to step away from their businesses and take that precious time with their newborns. I was able to do that with both of my sons, who are now 8 and 10. So it's quite a while ago, but my business was set up that way so that I could do that. And looking back on my career in law, I am 100% certain that I probably would not have had a very seamless transition into motherhood. I would not have had the support in my career. And I noticed that women were systematically kind of eliminated from their roles in my law firm. And my firm was very similar to all the big firms. When you have a kid, you are seen as somebody who has priorities elsewhere and you're unable to bill your 2,100 hours a year. So they phase you out. And it just happens. But when you have your own business, you can set your schedule. You can set how you want to work, how many hours you want to work, what kind of revenue you want to make, and back into that target based on how much you actually want to work. And we talk all about how to do that in the Agents Accelerator. But back when we were able to kind of work from wherever, I would work from coffee shops. I'd work from my husband's office. If I wanted to hang out with him for the day, that's the kind of business you can have. Grab your laptop, you have an internet connection, and go, right? So, and part of this is knowing that working from home or working from wherever does not make you any less qualified, capable, or legit. You are not less professional, and you can still demand top dollar premium retainers for your service, and it does not matter. Clients typically like hearing that you're passing the cost savings onto them when you're saving the money for a major kind of office space. And our $1 billion clients literally did not care. It wasn't like I had to pretend like, oh, sorry, our office is getting painted, you can't come by. No, it's like, yeah, no, we work from home, our team is all over, here's the results that we get, and here's what we can do for you. Sold. Doesn't matter. So don't make that settle into your head as something that makes you less legit, okay? I have notes. I always have notes. But the reality is that a lot of people have discovered that working from home is kind of amazing. My husband most recently was like, I really enjoy being here. I love seeing the kids throughout the day. He's like, you had this dialed in a long time ago. You had this figured out. This is awesome. And, I agree. It's so wonderful to, come and go as you please. I have a dedicated space. When I'm in my space, I work. And when I'm not in my space, I don't think about work. And it does take discipline, but when you get really good at it, you can master this and have the best of both worlds. This is what we're calling now work-life integration. And that's my goal for myself, not balance. Balance is like a lot of discussion about how balance is not realistic. Balance implies equilibrium. We don't seek balance. We seek integration. How does your business support the kind of lifestyle you want to have? All of that should work together. And I strive for that. And that's what I'm teaching and mentoring people to have as well, so that they can ultimately have a kid or have kids and be set up to be a present and checked in mom or parent. Or if they already have kids, figure out how to optimize their business so they're still wildly profitable. They have a team to support them. They're making great money and working with clients that they love, that don't make them crazy and run around with their hair on fire, texting them all hours of the night. Clients should not be texting you nights and weekends. Sorry, not sorry. So I'm just it's always a contrast. What was my former career like and where am I now? Law was a complete life suck. Like, it sucks the life out of you. It's soul-sucking work. I was a litigator at a big firm. Soul-sucking work. And the money doesn't matter. And you know what? You have the opportunity when you work for yourself and when you work in PR to make more money than I was making, or that even partners at law firms make. Swear to you. And enjoy yourself, and feel happier. So there's no stigma. So let's get past the working from home thing. I coach hundreds of people that are running their businesses really successfully from home, and I also have people that have set up great office space, and that's their dream, and that's what their vision looks like, and that's great too. But my model is working from home. So that's where we started, just kicking off a business, very low overhead, working from home, computer. At the time I was using it, when I started, I didn't have a computer for my last job. So my husband gave me a used laptop. I had an internet connection, and I was off to the races. Okay. And I don't want you to worry that if you don't have access to an expensive media contacts database or other things that you feel make you, or that you need to have to make you legit, we've got you covered. We can help you overcome that sort of hurdle. It's not really a hurdle, but we have tools and we have an approach to help you kind of overcome that. And the other crazy thing, or you may think it's crazy, even my parents thought it was crazy, was that I started my agency with zero experience. No experience in PR, no contacts, no training. I did. And if I can do it, you can do it too. I firmly believe that. I want you to see everybody that maybe you look up to or admire, or has a kind of career that's interesting to you, or something about what they have built for themselves should be inspiring to you, to show you what is possible for you. So check into mentors that have a vision for their life and their business that aligns with your vision, and values that align with your values. So I say all of this to you in terms of having no experience when I started, because that should not be a hurdle. It is possible. I did it. Don't be intimidated if you feel like you maybe don't have enough experience or big firm experience. We all have to start from somewhere. And when I started, like I said, I was an attorney and I had no contacts, and I had to build them from scratch. I had no niche. I had no industry know-how. I just was really passionate about making the shift, and was betting on myself, and was like, I'm going to go all in and make this happen. So one of the ways you can get started when you have no experience and no contacts is to try to gain experience by offering your services below market or for free, but making sure that that prospective client knows that it's for a limited time, so that they don't milk it and take advantage, and you have to have this awkward conversation like, oh, okay, free gravy train's over, time to start paying. You have that discussion up front. But I came into this, my very first client, I was a fragrance company. I worked for them for free for a limited period of time. I got some experience, mostly to see that I really loved the work I was doing, and kind of felt like, wow, I'm doing this for free and I love it so much. So if I could actually get paid to do this work, this would be my dream career, honestly. Promoting brands I believe in, sharing products I love, supporting entrepreneurs that inspire me. If somebody was going to pay me to do that, yes, please, right? So the first thing I did was work for free. I got a little experience. I made some connections, scored some press features to prove to myself that I could do it. Then I sought a brand for below market, and I said, give me 3 months. Let's do this together. 3 months. I'm going to hustle. You'll see that I'm working really hard. You're going to know what it's like communicating with me. And if you're not happy after 3 months, we'll just part ways. No harm, no foul. Came in below market, 50% of what market rate was at, and was able to parlay that experience into a client I worked with for 11 years. So I ended up from the 3-month trial working with that brand for 11 straight years, and carved out my niche in the baby and kid space. Super excited. I have a discovery call with a prospective big client tomorrow. I'm so excited. And like I've always talked about in the past, your network is where you find most of your leads. We also cold pitch and all that, but this is a former client who left and went to another incredible company, and she reached out. So that's another lead in the baby and kid space. I'm like really excited about it. But they seek us out because of our expertise in certain niches. So I'm going to shift to that kind of how-to part of this, where if you really want to think about how you actually get started in PR, the very first thing that I would tell anybody to do is hone in on your niche. So it's one of the huge decisions and strategy moves that you're going to make that will allow you to scale your business in a way that brings in more money for you without more time. And, it's a big decision, and it doesn't have to be one niche, and it doesn't have to be one service that you offer, but narrow it down. And I know it's really scary to niche down because you feel like you won't get enough work, or you feel like you're cutting off the potential for other business, right? But you niche down to develop deep industry expertise and become known as the go-to in your space, so that your dream clients start to seek you out, and they will pay bigger retainers. They leave you alone. The more money clients pay, honest to God, they just leave you alone. It's not like more money, more problems. It's like, okay, here's more money. Now go do your thing. We know we paid for the best. We trust you. Have at it, right? It's like a dream. And that's where I aim to get everybody, is getting to a place where you're niching down, attracting your dream clients, and making more money. And that allows you to bring in a team, so you're working less. This is how you build a profitable agency. So I want you to think about, you're possibly thinking about making the decision to venture into PR, or maybe you're going to leave your 9-to-5 and take the big leap and go out on your own. I want you to really think hard about what you want to be known for. What is the thing you're passionate about, either in your personal life or the type of work that you've done in the past that has like lit you up and made you feel like time just, what is it? Like it blazed by. I didn't get any sleep last night, so I'm struggling with my words today. My husband asked me about something like very simple, and I couldn't get the word out. I was I was looking at him like, do you mean, I can't even remember what the word was, but and he was like, you mean this? And I was like, that's the word. This is what happens when you don't sleep. But I want you to know, I want you to think about what you want to be known for, so that your dream clients seek you out and you become known as the go-to. So things that interest you personally, and where time races by, where you're in that flow state, where you're just like, wow, that was awesome. I've been working on this for 3 hours and it feels like half an hour. And I love this work, and I feel lit up, and I'm in my zone of genius, and I'm crushing it, and this is awesome. Imagine that feeling every single day. I try to get into that state every single day. And there's ways that I do that by getting clients on similar timelines and similar reporting schedules and similar reporting processes. I don't like cherry picking services. This one does this one does that. And it's like you have to kind of stop and start. There's a ton of lost productivity, and you never get into a flow state when you're, you've got to have your niches, your contacts, the types of clients you support and how you serve them all lined up, so there's some kind of flow and economies of scale. And that's how we approach our business, and that's how I mentor agency owners to get to that place. So niching down in who you serve and how you serve them allows you to offer maximum value to your clients, because you are like deep in their industry. You know what's happening. You know when someone moves. You know when a brand launches. You know what contacts are moving to what outlets, what freelancers are writing for multiple outlets. Okay? That's the value you bring to clients. You are deep in their industry, and you get on those sales calls, and you are confident, and you're sharing what you know how to do and how it can help them. And now you're, offering maximum value and can command a higher rate. Give me a thumbs up if that sounds like an awesome deal. And the flip side of that is when you are a generalist, you kind of become known for nothing, and no one ever really thinks to come to you when they have a nice juicy budget, when they can go to the best. You sort of get the scraps of like, this is my mom's coworker's cousin and she's got a soap line on Etsy. Can you help her? You know, awesome. That's great. Do you want to promote soap brands on Etsy? You know, your mom's coworker's cousin with a soap brand on Etsy may not have a great budget. This one over here has a nonprofit, and now you're going to go shift focus and made all these contacts to support this brand on Etsy, and now you've got to shift over to this nonprofit. And then someone else, you know, has an app, and they're launching an app, and now you've got to go make, you know, it's a parenting app. You have to make parenting contacts and tech contacts, and you're stopping and starting. And none of these clients have large budgets because they're not coming to you because of your deep expertise in any of their niches. That's what it happens when you're a generalist. You are known for nothing specific and no one really thinks of you. And you're scrambling around with small clients. Let's say you have 10 clients at $2,000 a month. That's a lot of work versus 2 clients for $10,000 a month. I know which one I'd rather have. So that's what happens when you niche down. Okay. And when you know what to focus on, you can guide your clients on sales calls and showcase your expertise, showcase what you know how to do, and convert all of those conversations into clients and really start to lead them and become like a trusted advisor. Even when your rate is maybe too high for them, they remember you and they remember how you helped them, how you shed light on how PR works, how the industry works, and you become the aspirational agency. They work to be able to come back to you. And they go and tell their industry contacts, hey, this agency was really awesome. I wasn't able to move forward, but we were really impressed with the founder. They were great. They were super helpful. That's what you're aiming for. You're not going to win them all, but when you niche down and you can start to showcase your expertise in a brand's niche and guide them on those sales calls, they become clients. And then also, this is a big one, and it's really exciting because it's more available to you now than it ever was for me, but you have to find a good mentor. So I said at the top of this chat, you have to find a mentor that has similar values as you do and a similar vision for the business and life that you are looking to have. Because like I said, it shows you what's possible for you, and it also shows that they've done it. So there's possibly a step-by-step approach. They can mentor you or share with you so that you can do it too. So what I want you to think about is investing in mentors that have the balance in their lives or the work-life integration that you are seeking, that their priorities are in check. It's not all just about money, and it's not all just about hustle harder. I don't want to hustle harder. I want to leverage what I know how to do and the value that I bring to clients and allow that to make me more revenue and work less so that I can be with my kids and my husband and like do whatever I want and not have to be accountable to anybody, right? I just want to be accountable to myself. So those are the values that I have. So it's like building a business that lights you up every single day, 15 years later, that's where I am. And like I said at the top of this chat, the best decision I ever made was leaving law to start my own PR firm. And that's why I'm sharing with you how I did it. So you can start to think about how you can do that for yourself. Those are the values that I have in my business. And that's also the framework that I teach people how to do in their businesses. I have this really simple step-by-step framework, the path to profitability, that has 4 pillars that you focus on as you grow and scale your business. I have a question here about how does a newbie find clients at $10,000 per month? Well, you have to work up to that. You have to work up to it, but we give you the strategy for how you're able to do that. I don't know what expertise you already have. Maybe you're a newbie coming into it from leaving a job, and you have some of that experience that you can leverage from the work you've already done. Maybe you're just starting out. All together, like I did, you can work up to it, and it helps, like I mentioned, to be laser focused on a niche and really targeted in what you're doing so that you can work towards a $10,000 a month client. Okay. And that is a retainer that you put together based on the value that you're going to provide to clients. You leverage the results you've gotten for other clients to show them, here's what's possible for you. I've done this for this client. Let me show you what's possible. And that means that you're doing it in a niche where you want to attract more business. I always say this, your business clients, the decisions you make, the people you bring into work with, clients you bring into work with, they're stepping stones towards that $10,000 a month retainer. So if you've got the Etsy shop with the soap, and you've got the parenting app, and you've got whatever else I said, I don't even know, all of these things all over the place, you're never going to go down that path where you can command a 5-figure monthly retainer, because those clients are seeing you as the one who can deliver 5-figure results. So when you ask about a newbie, it's about making strategic decisions to work towards it. So the other thing that is incredibly important is to build your skills and make sure that when you get these clients, you're keeping them so that you can, you're not always in sales mode. You also don't want to be in a panic, like clients are churn and burn all the time. You want long-term relationships, and that means delivering results. So one of the important things is building your skills and mastering the art of the pitch. So that also in the agency accelerator, growing and scaling a profitable agency, is one of the pillars is service. And it's not just the results, but everything about how you take care of a client, processes you put in place, seamless onboarding, making clients feel like they're the smartest ever because they chose you. They are the smartest. They're going to look so good to their CEOs, their customers are going to find them. They made that decision to go with you, and you make them look so good. Part of that is the service you're providing. So you have to build your skills, and the main skill that you'll need to work on is mastering the art of the pitch so that you can score these really kind of top tier press features for your clients and leverage those, back to trying to land a $10,000 5-figure a month client. You've got to have work that showcases what you're able to do for them. And that means mastering the art of the pitch. And that's exactly what we teach and the purpose of our program, the Pitch Lab. We have an entire foundation that's like a roadmap for how PR professionals learn the skill of providing PR as a service. There's a lot of things out there that are like how to do PR for entrepreneurs, like speakers and book authors, or Etsy shop owners. How do you do your own PR? But there's very little out there for how PR professionals learn how to do PR. And most people assume they'll get on-the-job training. But I am here to tell you, you do not have to work at an agency to learn how to do it. You can learn it on your own. I learned it on my own, and now I have an entire framework designed to teach you how to do it too. And that's the Pitch Lab, and we give you monthly content timed around seasonal, timely, relevant, short lead, long lead pitch angles, 35-page monthly PDFs with pitch ideas. And the cool thing we've seen our members do is use these guides in new business sales calls. They're just like rattling off ideas, and they look so dialed in. It's awesome. They're landing business from it, which is a really cool kind of secondary effect. They're using them to train their teams to save themselves time, so they don't have to be all hands on deck all the time, guiding their team with strategy or teaching them how to provide PR services to their clients. It's a great time saver for a small agency owner to get off the ground and bring in your first team member. So that's what we teach inside the Pitch Lab. But you can see that I've designed all of these resources so that others can consider this opportunity and know that they're supported along the way, and that there's available resources, guidance, strategy, proven strategy that's literally plug and play, and kind of pivot your life and career into something like this model where you can run an agency from home, create a business that you run that doesn't run you, work with your dream clients, work towards those 5-figure monthly retainers, all of the things that have really shaped my career and allowed me to have the kind of work-life integration that I was always striving for and I knew was not possible for me if I was an attorney. So that's why I teach it. I'm so passionate about sharing this with other people because I know it's possible even with no training, no contacts, no experience. You can add PR services if you're a VA. You can add PR services if you're, digital marketing, graphic designer, building websites. We have a member of our community that does that, and she's super talented, but she's also providing PR services. We have social media managers, really good crossover with those services. You can do influencer marketing. All of that works with this model. So consider it and know that you'll be supported. And I have this really cool free resource for you. If you leave a comment here, anything, even say like, give it to me or hi or anything, like even an emoji, we have BuzzBot. It's our messenger that will deliver to you a free resource. I can't remember, I never can remember what we call it, but it's like industry insiders, like PR pros that are really successful, spill their secret sauce and share their secrets for what's working in their businesses, how they're able to land top tier placements, how they make media relationships from scratch. We basically asked our community, what do you want to know? What are your burning questions? Awesome. Good. See, people want it. It's really juicy, really, really good. And that's a free resource here. We had a lot of fun putting it together. And then we included a bunch of pro tips. My goal is to turn you into a pitching powerhouse, because pitching powerhouses get results. They get awesome. They get results. They get clients that stick around for a really long time, and they get big ticket clients that can pay nice juicy retainers, and they don't get that churn and burn where they're constantly in sales mode, looking for new business, freaking out if they lose a client. It's like, you know what? It's not personal. It happens. Even when you're crushing it for a client, they can move on. It's not a big deal, because when you know how to handle it, you can just go right back out and turn on the tap and create a very robust and profitable pipeline. Arena, thank you for being here, and thanks for asking great questions. Tanya, Brandy, Kiana, thank you guys for being here. Mo, hi. Aloha, I should say. I'll just jump into the Q&A portion. And I'm so happy so many people are here asking questions. So Rena's asking, for someone starting out and needing to gain skills and experience, do you recommend the Pitch Lab or the PR Accelerator? It's actually called the Agency Accelerator. So let me explain the two. Which program has more interactive mentorship versus watching videos and reading content? So Rena, that's a really good question. Here's the difference between the two programs. The Pitch Lab is designed to help you master the art of pitching so that you can provide PR services. It's like the skill of the thing that people are paying you to do for them. So it's like how you pitch the media, how you build media lists, mastering the art of timing, relevance, how you write your emails, pitch angles, pitch ideas. And the Pitch Lab is a monthly membership. We set it up this way. There is a course on how to do PR at the foundation of this program. This is at least a $3,000 course. We offer it for $97 a month, and you have access to it as long as you're a paid member. And this is the Pitch Lab. You also get a community, a Facebook community, and a monthly coaching call where the coaching calls are ridiculous. They're so good. There are seasoned pros on these calls. We are all learning something. We are sharing secrets. We are like sharing really cool strategies. So I learn something every single time on these calls as well. That's the Pitch Lab. Is the Pitch Lab open right now? Let me see if I can drop the link so you can learn more about it. I think it's open. Let me see. So, and that is like, yeah, it's here. So that is like, access as long as you're a member. We have master classes for mastery. We just did an entire masterclass with an expert all about how to secure brand partnerships with influencers. Mo is saying, love the Pitch Lab, worth the coin. It's so worth it. It is so worth it. And like, we come to you with these resources priced in a way that meets you where you are. So this is, in terms of investing in your education, this is a very entry level price point. And worth the investment, and we did it low risk. So you just come in and you can check it out. If you love it, stick around, which gives you access to the monthly coaching calls. It gives you access to the roadmap, which is the foundation for the program. That's like how you do PR. And then the monthly execution plans, which our members tell us are worth the price of the program alone. Okay, that's the Pitch Lab. And Mo is saying, worth the coin. Thank you, Mo. The Agency Accelerator is how you launch, grow, and scale a profitable agency. So that program assumes you know how to provide PR services. Now we teach you how to run your business, how you find clients, how you set your revenue goal, it's a 4-pillar framework, the path to profitability framework, super well structured. Follow along. And that program is awesome. There is nothing else out there like it. It's like a business in a box. Okay. It is like how you grow and scale a profitable agency. It can take you from freelancer to agency owner, how you build your pipeline, how you put together a proposal. There's templates. We just added, what did we add? Influencer template. We have a proposal template. We have, there's like so much content, and it's all searchable. And guys, all of my programs are available on an app. So you can watch it on your phone to go, or pay attention, listen. We have it all, audio recordings and video, and everything's searchable. So it's going to blow out. My entire content library is available on an app. Mo, I don't even know if you knew that. And I can tell you guys how to get into the app and get all your goodies. Anything you've ever gotten from me is available on my app. So that program is self-study. However, if you invest in the Agency Accelerator, we just launched a coaching component called Plus. So we have Agency Accelerator Plus, and with that, you get, oh my gosh, Mo, she said, helped me pitch senior military leadership. She pitched the Pentagon, you guys. She pitched the Pentagon. Like, kidding? Are you kidding me? And they invested in her strategy, which is incredible. She said, if you're on the fence, don't be. I listen, and she says, she knows how to get the app. I listen in traffic. Yeah, it's awesome. Well, I'm not commuting, but I love listening to content, podcasts, or educational content to invest in myself wherever I can. When I clean the house, I put in my earbuds and I listen to training to always kind of improve what I'm able to do. So Agency Accelerator, I think it's closed right now. However, I honestly don't even know. My team is like managing how we get people in. If you're interested in the Agency Accelerator, just reach out to me, DM my team, and we can figure out how to get you in. Oh, I think she has a little workaround because the program's technically closed right now. But here's the deal. I want people this is a really good time to invest in running your business between now and the end of the year, setting your goals up for 2021. And part of this too, guys, is taking control of your life and your business and your revenue and being in control of your future, how you spend time, how you make money. That's why we launched the Pitch Lab at the beginning, of COVID, because we wanted to give people an opportunity to earn revenue on their terms. We wanted to give you the skills so that you can be in control of your own ability to earn money, because so many people were let go of their job, laid off. And to me, I want you to be empowered. And I think that this time of year is really a great time to be empowered and feel confident and take control of what you want your business to look like next year, what your plan is. Part of what we do in Agency Accelerator Plus, which is $97 a month on the, once you're a member of Agency Accelerator, you get a monthly coaching call, you get a private community, you get, we're doing accountability partners, and we're doing mentorship, coaching. You've got this community component and accountability. That's what we're offering there. And, we're trying to give you the access to work on your business for next year. So that's how the Agency Accelerator works. So I know you were asking about a great place to start, Rena. I think the Pitch Lab is a really awesome place to start. I know it looks like you're looking for some mentorship that comes with a monthly coaching call. And it's not just me. There's like panels of people that are seasoned pros with a bunch of different niche subject areas that contribute to these monthly guides, people with 10 years experience and more. On a number of topics. And then on the calls, we've got newbies, and we've got I'm just reading these incredible comments. I'm so excited right now. We've got newbies and we've got seasoned pros, and everybody's like spilling the tea on how they run their businesses and how they get results for their clients, and also like what their struggles are, and we all kind of go over it together. Stacy says, I'm an active duty public affairs officer. That's a cool experience with the Pentagon. Isn't that so awesome that Mo was able to do that? And she shared it with our community. This is part of what we have, is this community of supportive professionals that lift each other up. And Mo says, yes, Queen, I just got approved to VTIP. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds good. So congrats. And I always appreciate you sharing all of your successes with us. She says, I just VTIP'd. Tell us what that means, Mo. I don't even know. And she says, so excited. The Pitch Lab helped so much. So the Pitch Lab's open. You can join anytime and you can leave anytime. Rena, thanks for sticking around. I'm so glad that clarification helped. And I'm really excited that you're thinking about this opportunity. I'm telling you, it is the best decision that I ever made in my life. Aside from marrying my husband, who is like my biggest cheerleader, he helped me feel confident along the way, because there wasn't any group like this. There wasn't anybody sharing how they did it. I had to figure it out on my own, and he made me feel like, you've got this, you're betting on yourself. Now, I would have fast-tracked my results having a community like Profitable PR Pros and having the resources like the Pitch Lab and the Agency Accelerator. And I hold nothing back, guys. If there's something that we're doing, if we get asked a challenging question, we answer it. Hi, Vanica. We answer it. It's like whatever is working for us, even if it's a challenge, like even if we're losing business, how do we handle that? And how do we turn on the jets to bring a new business? Like I don't like sugarcoat anything. Like this is really an inside look into a successful agency. Oh my God, I have to go because we have like a specific masterclass happening soon. Anyone in the Agency Accelerator, we have this call coming up. But anyway, yeah. You get an insight, and so you don't have to feel like you're going it alone. But anyway, all of these people that are on here are, making that decision, shifting into providing these services. And I love hearing from Mo, who says that the resources in the Pitch Lab helped her land voluntary transfer to public affairs. She says, I'm a military intel officer by trade, but she was just voluntarily transferred to public affairs. Congratulations. And Brandy says, can't wait till Agency Accelerator opens back up. Definitely need some assistance fast tracking my PR firm. Branding PR. I love that name. We follow each other on social too, Brandy. PR pros. Okay, so Brandy, DM us, and if we can help you get in now so that you can start focusing on your business for the rest of the year. I just want to honestly help people, and I know that that can help you. So DM us if you really want to learn about it. We have people, it's not like a starting class. It's really like go at your own pace and then join us for the coaching calls if you decide to invest in Plus. So Rena, there are 3 programs, okay? PR Pros, when I say profitable PR Pros, that is our free Facebook group, okay? You are in Profitable PR Pros, like if you're in our private or free Facebook group. That's free, that's our community, that's just like how we, connect with everybody. Then there's the Pitch Lab, yes. Then there's Agency Accelerator, which is how you launch, grow, and scale a profitable agency. And then Agency Accelerator Plus is only if you're in the Agency Accelerator, and it's just like a little add-on, I want coaching, I want support, and it's pay as you go. You can pay for those few months while you're implementing the program. You can pay as you're going to scale up, whenever you need it, okay? So there's 3 programs. The Pitch Lab teaches you how to do PR for your clients. Agency Accelerator is self-study and teaches you how to launch, grow, and scale a profitable PR agency. And Plus is just a little opportunity for coaching if you already are in the Agency Accelerator and you want some additional support. So that's our sort of success path. That's how we transform you from haphazard and hasty to pitching powerhouse and profitable PR agency owner. Okay. Brandy, I'm so excited. Please reach out. She says, oh my God, yes, I'm sending a note. Makes me so happy. Okay, guys, I'm going to bounce because I have to go do another live training right now. But thank you so much for being here. I love sharing this opportunity because I know that it can transform your life. And I'm so happy that we found each other so that we have the ability to grow our businesses together. So leave a DM and you'll get our free juicy training. What is it? No, it's a PDF, like a really, really good PDF, Agency Insider Secrets. Okay. And I will see you guys soon. Take care.